Foxtrot Bravo Bravo, pull up and go around.
Go around, Foxtrot Bravo Bravo.
Tower India Echo Lima, downwind 13, touch and go.
India Echo Lima number 3, follow Cessna left base, turning 1 mile final.
India Echo Lima.
Foxtrot Bravo Bravo Tower, fly runway heading.
Fly runway heading, Foxtrot Bravo Bravo.
Charlie Zulu November, clear to land runway 13.
Charlie Zulu November, clear to land 13.
Zulu Sierra Alpha, change of plans, crossover midfield, join right downwind runway 13.
Zulu Sierra Alpha, crossover midfield, join the right downwind for 13.
Greetings everyone and welcome to Simair Flyer. You're joining me on a flight that I started approximately 50 minutes ago, and I'll show you quickly on a little nav map where I started, and I'll explain what we're going to be doing. So I started back here at Boundary Bay and flew over to Victoria International Airport, all on VOR navigation, and flew out of Victoria on this VOR, and we headed up to Nanaimo and up to this NDB. So now we're flying on NDBs, and we are heading straight up to Campbell River Airport. We're just going to be soon passing over Comox military and civilian airport. We're not landing there, but we're going up to Campbell River. Then we're going to turn right and head 90 degrees using this NDB to come in and land at Powell River. Now the thing that's unique about this is that we're going to be doing this. When I started at Boundary Bay, it was daylight, but now it's turning to night in business again. So you can see, I'll just do a quick outside view. That is the Comox military and civilian airport that we're passing by at 2,500 feet. And we're going up to that beacon up there, which is Campbell River. And you can see it's starting to get darkish. And we're just waiting to pick up this NDB that we have tuned in. 203 is the frequency, and we haven't quite picked it up yet. So we should be picking it up any moment. Just make sure that, yeah, we're on 203. Just waiting to pick that up. But we are flying on the right direction. We're flying on a heading of about 297 degrees. There we go. NDB just became live just as we passed Comox. And that's about right, because this NDB that we're flying to has a distance of 25 nautical miles, and that's just exactly where we picked it up from. And that's going to be the other problem. Again, quickly, I'm just going to go back to a little nav map for a moment. So that's going to be the other problem when we leave Campbell River and we turn right, then head 90 degrees towards Powell River. We are going to lose the NDB signal 25 nautical miles out, which is right here. So from that point on, it's probably going to be quite dark, and we have to find our way. Keep a heading of 94 degrees. We'll turn to 94 degrees when we lose the NDB, because that's our approach to runway 09 at Powell River. So that's the little bit of a challenge we'll have ahead of us. But so far everything is looking good. We've got clear skies. There's the Comox Airport that we have passed. Way back there is Victoria International Airport. And over there is the mainland. And Powell River is, can't really see it, but Powell River is just about in this area right here. As soon as we pass this bay, we need to start making our approach into runway. Let's see, what runway are we going to be using? We're going to be using runway 30. Yep, runway 30. I think what I'm going to do is take it off autopilot right now. It's been on autopilot all this time. So I'm going to pick auto out of the cockpit and take control. So auto is now out of the cockpit. And we're just going to keep this heading just as we are. NDB, we're directly on the NDB. The elevation of this airport is about 350 feet. We're at 2,500 feet. We can start losing some altitude now. So let's prepare for landing. So we've got our landing lights are turned on. I'm going to turn the pitot heat on. Turn the pitot heat on down here. Pitot heat is on. Let's slide over and start lining up for runway 30. Cowl flaps. Cowl flaps are closed right at the moment, but we will open them very shortly. Autopilot is turned off. I'm going to turn the fuel pump on. Fuel pump is on. And I'm going to open the cowl flaps. Cowl flaps are opened. And now it's time to line up for runway 30. These are the lights of the city of Campbell River. Let's hope we can do a butter landing, although landing at night is maybe a little bit more tricky. Okay, we're at 2,000 feet. It's definitely time to reduce our altitude. I'm going to put in 1 notch of flaps. So we've got 1 notch of flaps in. Just reduce the power, the prop pitch. We've got red and green pappy lights up ahead, I can see. So that's a good thing. It sure is dark out here in this approach. We're at 1,000 feet. We don't want to go too much lower. Gonna put in another notch of flaps. It says we're low. So let's just keep that nose up and power forward a little bit more. Need to get a couple more white pappy lights in. We've got one white. I'd like to get 2. I think we have 2 whites or 2 reds right now. Okay, last notch of flaps. Now we've got 3 whites. We're just a touch high, but that's okay. Let's try and keep it steady. And I think what we'll do here is we're just going to do a touch and go. Because this is not our destination airport. So we're just going to do a touch and go right here. We're still about a mile from touchdown. Getting a little low. In fact, getting a lot low in airspeed and altitude. Let's get our airspeed back up to about 70. We got 2 whites, 2 reds. 3 whites, 1 red. Okay, let's keep that airspeed at about 70. Let's center line. Let's get the center line lined up. Okay, we're approaching the piano keys. Let's reduce the power and try to get a bit of a butter landing on this. Yeah, that was a pretty good landing, I thought. Alright, let's take off again. Okay, rotate. In fact, that was a fabulous landing. I'll show you the results. There we are. 12 feet per minute on the touchdown. I don't think I've had a landing that good for a very, very long time. Alright, so what we're doing here now, and this is the tricky part, we need to follow the NDB, and at about 2 miles out we will make a right turn to 360 degrees. So I'll turn my heading bug over to 360. Okay, let's get this NDB lined up. Okay, the NDB is lined up. Okay, I am now going to turn right to 360 degrees. Which is 60 degrees off of our nose. And we want to be at about 2,500 feet. There, I'm turned to 360 degrees. Now, the theory on this, I'm just going to pause the flight for a moment because I'd like to show you on a little nav map what we're doing. Okay, so the theory here, I've just turned to 360 degrees, and we want the 090 radial down to Powell River. So when we are lined up with the NDB, it should be showing, the needle should be pointing right off my left wing. It should be pointing west. So hopefully we can make that happen. It's almost pointing to the west. We're not quite there yet. Okay, we are there now, so let's quickly turn to 090 degrees. Change the heading bug to 090, which is what I've just done, and we are now heading 090 degrees, and you can see the tail of the ADF needle is behind us. We need to go a little bit over to the right. Actually, we need to go a little bit to the left, because when the NDB is behind us, we turn in the opposite direction of the needle. So we need to go to the left to get that needle directly behind us, which it now is. So we're flying over the city of Campbell River right now, and we need to get some altitude because we are going over the ocean. We are heading over the ocean right now. Nice starry night. There's Campbell River. Be nice if I could keep the airplane. Nice if I could keep the airplane level. That's what happens when you go outside the airplane and try to fly at the same time. Doesn't quite work. Anyway, we are lined up again. The NDB is directly behind us. And we do need to gain some altitude. We are definitely too low. We need to be up at 2,500 feet. Keep that tail of the ADF needle behind us. I'll quickly show you on a little nav map where we are and what we're doing. There we are. Being on a heading of 090, we're going to lose the signal for the NDB right here, which is 25 nautical miles away from it. But we'll be okay. So this is the danger. The danger is we're flying at night. Now I should turn my fuel pump off actually and turn the pitot heat off and my landing lights off. Okay, I need to pay attention. Again, I'm not paying attention to that needle. And I veered off to the left, so I'm coming back to the right. And we're back to 2,500 feet. So like I was just saying, the danger is we are flying at night over the ocean. There's really not any lights ahead of us, although I can see a very faint airport beacon way off to the right there. And the danger is, of course, when we lose the radio, when we lose that NDB for guidance, and we are in the pitch black, we need to be very attentive. I see an airplane I saw an airplane up there, but it's gone past us now. That NBB is directly behind us, so far we're doing really well. So far, so good. Beautiful sunset over there. So like I said, when we lose the signal, we'll know we've lost it when the tail parks itself on the eastern or the easterly heading here. That's the park mode for an ADF. When it's off, it's pointing to the east. So when this points to the east, we know we've lost the signal. I'm going to turn my heading bug to 094 degrees because that's the approach to runway 09 at Powell River. Oh, I can see some faint lights from the mainland coming up here. And in fact, that might be Powell River Airport right there. Yeah, I think it might be. So I think we'll be okay once when we lose the signal. We kind of know where we're going. Gonna try and hold 2,500 feet and keep that NDB behind me. Oh, we're drifting off. We're drifting off to the right. We need to come back. Gotta keep that needle directly behind us. Okay, at this point I am going to put a pitot heat back on. I'm going to put the fuel pump back on, and I'm turning my landing lights back on. And the cowl flaps are open. Yeah, the cowl flaps are open. The elevation for the Powell River Airport is 425 degrees, so basically 400. Steady as she goes. Any moment now we will lose the VOR because I think we're getting close to 25 nautical miles and we can start losing altitude. Get ready for our approach. Watch that needle. When it goes to east, we've lost, there we go, we've lost the signal. So what we want to do now is turn our heading bug to 094, which is our approach heading into the airport. Start coming down in altitude. And that better be the airport ahead of us. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, we can start losing a lot of altitude because there are no hills or buildings in front, tall buildings, because we're over the ocean here. And the airport is basically just in from the shoreline. So we've got fuel pump on, pitot heat is on, landing lights are on. I'm going to put one notch of flaps in. There's an airplane up there. Okay, we're at 2,000 feet, heading 094, which is a direct approach line to runway 09. This is our destination airport, by the way. I think I need to slide over a little bit to the right because I can see the runway lights and we need to properly line up with them. We are at 1,800 feet. Basically about 400 feet above the pattern altitude. Props are full forward. Mixture is full rich. Don't want to get too much lower than this. For this distance out, we're showing all red PAPI lights, which means we're low. Actually, no, we've got red and white. I think I see red and white. Yeah, I think we're okay. Well, I keep your fingers crossed for a good landing. Don't know if it'll be as good as the last one. We're gonna try and make it. We're gonna try and make it. You know what I wouldn't mind doing? I wouldn't mind playing a little bit of maybe some reggae music on landing if I can quickly get my... There we go, I hope it's coming through. Kind of a catchy tune. Alright, we're at 1,000 feet. We're 600 feet above the ground. It says we're still low. There's an airplane way off in the distance. Okay. Put in full flaps now. I guess we are a touch low, aren't we? I've got one white and 3 reds. 2 whites, 2 reds. That's what we want to see. 3 whites. Now we're a little high. Okay, let's concentrate now. Let's concentrate. We need about 70 knots on the airspeed. A little bit low on the airspeed. I like to bring it over the piano keys at about 65 knots. Okay, there's the piano keys. Alright, we're at 60 knots. Okay, let's hold it off right here. Hold it. Hold it. No, that touched down a little hard. That touched down a little hard. When we stop, we'll figure out what it... Well, we just passed our turn off. But you know what? We can turn around. Let's turn around here. We just passed our taxi exit. Here we are, right here. Let's just pull up here and stop, turn our landing lights off. Turn the taxi lights on. Stop here, let's clean up the airplane. Flaps up. Taxi lights can come on, which they are now on. Landing lights can come off. The nav lights will leave on. Strobe lights can come off. Pitot heat can come off. Fuel pump can be turned off. Okay, let's make our way into next spot. So, welcome to Powell River. Let's see, where are we going to park? Got a couple airplanes, 3 airplanes over there. What we could do is just pull in right here and park. Let's do a quick turnaround. Just turn around to there. Parking brakes are on. Okay, let's shut things down. Extra lean, props back, throttle back, avionics off, alternator off, mags back to off, taxi lights can come off, nav lights can come off, beacon lights can come off, cowl flaps need to be closed, and the fuel valve needs to be closed. And that's basically it. What I would like to do before we shut down is just let's see where we are. We're a little bit far out on the apron. Let's just get a bit of a pushback here. And do a manual pushback, reverse. And we'll just speed it up a little bit. Yeah, we'll just turn right there. And we can stop our pushback. Okay. That, folks, is the end of our trip. Thank you for flying with Simair Flyer. And without any further ado, I'll say good night to you. And I will hopefully catch you on the next go around. See you then.
Foxtrot Bravo Bravo, pull up and go around.
Star Alpha, Foxtrot Bravo Bravo.
Tower India Echo Lima, downwind 13, touch and go.
India Echo Lima number 3, follow Cessna left base, turning 1 mile final.
India Echo Lima.
Foxtrot Bravo Bravo Tower, fly runway heading.
Fly runway heading, Foxtrot Bravo Bravo.
Charlie Zulu November, clear to land runway 13.
Show zone November, clear to land 13.
Zulu Sierra Alpha, change of plans, cross over midfield, join right downwind, runway 13.
Zulu Sierra Alpha, cross over midfield, join the right downwind for 13.